Welcome to Math, my friends. Today we are going to work on comparing lengths of objects using the word longest. For our success criteria, the first thing we'll need to do is to line up our objects. Sometimes we'll be able to do this with our hands, but also sometimes we will just have to be able to use our eyes. Next, we will need to make sure we're measuring the longest part of each object from end to end. So for instance, when I'm measuring my crayon, I want to make sure I'm measuring from the end of my crayon to the very tip of my crayon, so I'm including all of the crayon. The last step is determine which object has the longest length from end to end. A lot of times I can just use my eyes to do this, but sometimes I like to use cubes to help me measure to see which object is the longest. Let's try one together. Which shoe is the longest? First, I need to line up my shoes. Remember, when we're measuring, we need to measure from the very end to the very end, so we're including the longest part of each object. Last, we need to determine which object has the longest length from end to end. I'm sure some of you can already tell which shoe is the longest. Let's use cubes to see if you're right. The red shoe is 8 cubes long. The purple shoe is 6 cubes long. The black shoe is 7 cubes long. If you said the red shoe was the longest, great job, you were correct. 8 is larger than 6 and 7, so we know that 8 cubes long is the longest distance from end to end. Let's try another one. Which piece of wood is the longest? First step, line up all of our objects. Make sure you're measuring the longest part of each object from end to end. Now determine which object has the longest length from end to end. You can use your eyeballs, or now I'm going to use cubes to measure. Great job! If you said the second piece of wood, you were correct. This piece of wood is 9 cubes long. 9 is larger than 7 and 6. The second piece of wood is the longest piece of wood. Great job! Let's try another one. Which insect is the longest from side to side? Try this one on your own. Let's measure with cubes to see how you did. If you said the caterpillar was the longest insect, great job, you are correct. The caterpillar is 7 cubes long. 7 is larger than 4 and 6. Let's try another one. Which tree is the longest? For this one, we will be measuring from the ground to the top. Try this one on your own. The first tree is 6 cubes long or tall. The second tree is 10 cubes long or tall. The last tree is 5 cubes long or tall. If you said the second tree, great job, you are correct. The second tree is 10 cubes long. It is the longest tree. Let's try one more. Which fish is the longest from side to side? Remember, when you're measuring from end to make sure you're getting all of the fish. Let's use cubes to see how you did. The red fish is 8 cubes long. The blue fish is 4 cubes long. The yellow fish is 5 cubes long. If you said the red fish was the longest, great job, you are correct. The red fish is 8 cubes long. 8 is larger than 4 and 5. Great work today, my friends. I'll see you back next time.